all over the world, wherever you're watching us from. It's another beautiful morning on Galaxy Television, and the program is Family and Values. So how well have you been, going through things? We had a very beautiful discussion yesterday. I hope I had one or two things to pick there. It's more than two safe, but beautiful morning to you. How did you go to bed yesterday? It's another opportunity for you to start with a beautiful, strong, perfect, settled determination this morning, that you're setting out yourself to do something meaningful, something positive, and something that at the end of today you say, thank God I was able to do this. Thank God I went to Ayobo to do it. Thank God I was able to get to Yaba. Yeah, I went to Ibadan and it was a success. You just go, something that you will look back and say, thank God I was able to do this. So thank God for life. God is the only one that can give us this life. I told you, even your mama and your papa, they only give birth to you, but they cannot help you to progress it. And that's why we always say Family and Value is the program you need to watch, you need to listen to, you need to be part of, contribute. Let's have views, especially the young minds. We want to hear you. We need to give you that volume. Pop up the volume. Remember that I said, pop up the volume, pop up the volume, many years ago. I'm not sure whether Joy remembers that. But really, it goes a long way. So it's time for us to share, to discuss, to relate on family and values. It comes on your airwaves. And today being a Tuesday with a difference, my sister is looking all gregarious. And she's just bubbling. When God just dropped a little.
Thank you. Good morning.
Joy.
My joy is
full.
Yeah, my joy is joy.
There's always a fullness. That's the fullness. Thank God for the fullness.
Yeah, it is.
And you're looking up.
We want to go and run. All the exercises I've been practicing today, we want to go to Agege stage. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. We are streaming live on Facebook. Okay,
big shout out to Rachel that is having their entire sport today. So to David and to Adeline Emanuela, do the children anything that has to do with them. So it's all good. Now a big shout out goes to the last womb of my mom. How do you say it now? This Gen Z, there's a way they say it now. The last born of my mom, Bukola Shakirat Bello Matekodume. Happy birthday. They call her last one. So let me put it that way. Happy birthday to you. Many more fulfilling new age. Also to Olojuede. As I wonder how person going to be Olojuede. But alias and nicknames these days, you can wonder. Somebody can be lion, somebody can be tiger, it can even be crocodile.
What's the meaning of Olo?
What do you call it? A day is a crayfish, like this. From Sherifat Olugbenga Iyayo. Happy birthday to you as you had another age. We pray it shall not be the least of celebration for you. And darling Rebecca Toyosi Abel, she was my intern some years back. Happy birthday to you as you had a new age, and we pray to many celebrating. Like I told you, a guy just popped up on our social media.
Why do African parents have such high expectations for their kids? Parental expectations significantly shapes a child's life, including their education, career, and overall success. Parents strongly influence their child's development and future aspirations, and their expectations can have positive and negative effects. While high parental expectation can motivate and encourage children into conflict, therefore, it is crucial to examine the impacts of parental expectations on a child's career success and how parents can balance their expectations and their child's interests and aspiration. Types of parental expectations. Parents have a range of expectations for their children, which may vary depending on their culture, social and economic background. Parents often have high expectations for their children's academic performance in terms of maintaining good grades, academic excellence and pursuit of higher education. They may enroll their children in tutoring programs, hire private teachers, or monitor their progress closely to ensure academic success. Career expectations. Parents may also have expectations. They may encourage their children to pursue certain careers or discourage them from pursuing others based on their beliefs, values, and experiences. Performance expectations. Parents may have expectations for their children's performance in various domains such as sports, music, or art. They may expect their children to excel in these areas and invest time, money, and effort to support their training and development. Social expectations. Parents can also have expectations for their children's social skills, behavior, and values. They may teach them to be polite, respectful, and empathetic, and encourage them to engage in community service, volunteer work, or other socially responsible activities. Positive impact of parental expectations on a child's career success. While parental expectations can sometimes be overwhelming or unrealistic, they can also positively affect a child's career success. Here are some positive impacts to parental expectations. Motivation and encouragement. When parents set high expectations for their children's academic and career success, it can motivate them to work harder, take risks, and pursue challenging goals. Parents' encouragement and support can give children the confidence to pursue their passion and overcome obstacles. Positive reinforcement. Parents who express pride and appreciation for their children's achievements and efforts can reinforce positive behaviors and encourage their children to continue working towards their goals. Role modeling. Parents who model successful and fulfilling careers can inspire their children to pursue similar paths. These can help children better understand the skills, knowledge, and experiences needed to succeed in their chosen field. A parent's profession can have a significant impact on their children. Building self-esteem and confidence. Quote, when parents express their belief in their child's ability, this can help build their self-esteem and confidence. This can lead to increased self-efficacy, which is the belief in one's ability to succeed in particular task or situation. Developing a strong work ethics. Parents who expect their children to work hard and persevere through challenges can instill a strong work ethics in their children. This can help them develop the skills and habits necessary for success in their chosen career path. Negative impacts of parental expectation on a child's career success. While there is a positive impact of parental expectation on a child's career success, they can also have negative impacts. Here are some negative impacts of parental expectations. 1. Unrealistic expectations. Parents who set unrealistic expectations for their children's academic and career success can create stress, anxiety, and a sense of inadequacy. Pressure and stress. Parents who put excessive pressure on their children to perform well in school or pursue certain careers can result in stress and anxiety in them. These can lead to burnout, physical and emotional exhaustion, and a lack of interest in learning or exploring new opportunities. 3. Limited autonomy and exploration. When parents have rigid expectations for their children's career path rather than pursue their passion and interests. 4. Conflict with parental expectations and personal interest. When parents have different expectations for their children's career path than their children, it can lead to conflict and tension. This can create a sense of dissonance between their interest and their parents' expectations.
So you out there, you need to come closer, okay? And let's hear your view. Let's know why you think the expectation is so high and they are not listening to you. So this is how we go this morning. You're so welcome to the show this morning, sir. It's an honor to have you this morning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good morning to you.
We have posted this invitation since last year. Yesterday, Pastor said, "Don't worry, I'm not running away. I'm coming." I said, "Glory be to God."
Good morning, ma'am. So good to be here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for finding time.
I have a way of always speaking something from my guests, and since the side that I've been looking,
Collect his shoe then.
I can't collect pastor's shoe.
You want to collect pastor? Not be anointing, suppose collect.
And we go collect anointing, collect physical. No worry. What goes with impactation is. I love your research, but it's my school line. Okay, pastor.
Thank you.
She's from the fish area.
Yes. Welcome to the show.
It's so good to have you, sir.
So
I'm a
good
very
to be
calm
here.
person.
Okay.
I know. I've seen it already.
Yes, you see, people will say it.
So I want to ask, what factors
Therefore, expectations are right. The question is, to what level?
to what level?
Now, coming back to your question, in the African continent, we're coming from what we can term as near Stone Age, and we're taking our time to evolve, to develop. So the first thing I would say why parents would have high expectation is that every parent sees that child as a treasure. And whatever is treasure to you, you want to keep well,
Yeah,
maintain well.
sure.
So, to the African parents, father or mother, this treasure must turn out well. Second child is so and so.
Yeah.
So, investing in them at that tender age is like a normal. Now you say high expectations. If you don't have high expectations, you actually do a come see, come sa thing. And at the end of the day, you probably stand to regret not taking those decisions. The next point that I want to bring out is that this faulty measurement. I'm bringing all of this so that when further questions come, there's faulty measurement. Now, what's your definition of success? What's your definition? Is it the person that went to a university that is successful? Is it the person that went to a technical school? Is it the person that learned a trade to believe that you must go through the four walls of a university for you to succeed? And since the second point I made was insurance policy, in order that this my insurance policy will not fail, he must go through. Okay? And the last point that I want to bring out is that insecurity of what the future holds. Makes you want to ensure that this one I guide you properly. Now your yardstick of guidance might be faulty, but that's what you believe. I always tell people that some people are sincerely wrong. They are wrong, but they don't know they are wrong, and so they do it with zeal. So high expectation is neither here nor there. It could be positive, it could be negative.
Okay, so we've seen that there is a lot of pressure when it comes to all those things you mentioned on the child. And because a child is looking at the fact that I don't want to fail my parents, just like you said, the insurance policy, so they want to live their own dream to pursue that dream that voices of a child.
Now, like I said, it's both positive and negative. It also depends on the level of awareness of the parents. Now, if the parents are uneducated, the natural thing is they just say go to the university. Go to the university. Now, what are you doing in the university? It's their business. Go to the university. If the parents are educated, they now say yes, go to the university. However, do this course. Now, this will bring different pressures on the child. Like I would always say also, if a child is growing up, the parents' control over the child begins to expand or contract. At the beginning, you have 100% over the child. When that child grows to teenage age, you begin to release some control back to the child. And as at the time the child gets to 21 in Nigeria, a wise parent would only just advise. Now, this span of control from the youthful age to the teenage age to that 21, they would differ children very well, even though on a harsh manner. Some have guided their parents and their children very well, even though on the less harsh manners. Whatever you do, there's no formula that is correct. Whatever you do, have a goal in mind. If that goal is right, I'll give you a little example about myself. I was an associate prof.
Wow.
Very well educated. When I wanted to take a course, when I wanted to read a course, I said I wanted to read geology. And my father said, search me down. And he took me through why geology was not the best
you.
option for me. But then I loved the courses that would give me geology. I was then in HS school at Asaba, St. Patrick's College, and he guided me through and said, this course, geology, you would always be in the forest, in the bush, looking for oil, even if you were working for an oil company. Why don't you do engineering? That was never part of my plans. My original plan was to do medicine, but some things happened. I didn't like blood, so I left it. So he guided me and ended up in engineering. And he said, there are so many civil engineers, there are quite a number of electrical, why don't you do mechanical engineering? I did. Today, I stand to celebrate my father for doing that for me. Because I have a few friends who did geology. And the choice available to them are so slim.
I can relate with that because I studied marine geology in the university. So
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
I thank my parents for guiding me. They weren't, you didn't say you must.
They didn't hammer it on you. They explained, they took you through the process and why you need to.
He said, while you are in the forest seeking for oil, he said the sales manager would know the governor, he would know the
You are still searching.
You are inside the bush.
And you are the one doing the main work.
Mapping
You know, and you are the main person doing all the mapping and
I
oh
use
my
the
God.
sledgehammer to break
To break rocks
and write your name that I was once in this forest.
It's so good, it's so good. This is the time I'll need to let you know. So we need to go for this short break and we'll be right back. Anyway, it's time for us to take our water marble. What our discussion today is all about. Let's see what the water marble has for us. And also, I want to tell you, is the time you need to start preparing your text messages. If you have questions, you have contributions, you want to share on this topic, why our parents have high expectations. You don't hear part one. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back for the second part. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Why do our parents have high expectations? I have 5 points already. I've written. I hope you are writing your own. But if you don't have that privilege to have watched us from the beginning, I think it would be ideal for you to go back and watch us after this show. So it's time for you to start sending your text. I don't want calls now. Just text message for the line afterwards. I don't want to cut this beautiful conversation. Everything has become conversational, and like he said, the father took him through the process, sat with him, let him know weigh, you know, the pros and the cons to let him understand why he needs to pick a particular course in the university. And what's back, and we're still on this show this morning, I want to ask, I know with all the points you've given us, why our parents, you know, have these high expectations is because they don't want to left unattended to when they become old, and their efforts become, you know, something that is not profitable, that is not that doesn't have an insurance policy. Many of us live life now, we don't have insurance policy because before you pay the yearly amount, I'm telling you, many people just walk around and there's no insurance policy, and it shows how we take our life seriously. God will help us. Okay, so can there be any damaging effects when this high expectation is taken to an extreme?
Yes, it can be damaging.
How?
It can be promoting.
Yeah.
Now, if a young man or a young woman says, I want to study a particular course, or let's even take not study, everything is not about study. I want to go into fashion design. And you take him out of that fashion design,
And it's good in that mathematics.
and he got his certificate, he will end up in that fashion designing. If I call the plumber and 2 weeks time I call in the same plumber for the same problem, calling a plumber, even though it's not the same problem, but you walked here today, tomorrow another fault is coming, something is wrong somewhere. And then I get to a point I say, enough with this guy. Now, but if you come in, every one plumber I know, I'll call you and call this and expand. Where I'm coming to is that if there is no meeting of the expectations of the father and the yearnings of the child, then there will be gulf war in the house. If I decide that is an issue.
My father told me to study.
Therefore I studied. What did you study? Probably I say, oh, I studied mechanical engineering. What did you study? Oh, I studied bricklaying. And I'm happy to be a bricklayer. And that's just cute and fun. So, if those two do not meet, there would be gulf war forever. You meet your father at old age and you say, this man led me to what I don't want.
And it's
True.
Against the happiness of the children, because that's what we are seeing now. Go buy the cars. That's why we have rates of crime. That's why we have the Yahoo.
Yeah, now we have the Yahoo Mothers, you know, association, you know, to help to do the chores for their children.
Peer pressure. Oh, my neighbor's child has bought a very massive car. What are you doing at home? Go outside. Is it not your mate? So do you think, from your own experience and from what you're seeing in this current generation, the African parents would prefer, most of them, success over happiness?
Yes. And not just African parents. Any parents in the world will prefer success over the immediate happiness. I put the word immediate to qualify it. Now, a father is that you have achieved what you should achieve at a particular age. Now, if you've achieved what you should achieve at a particular age, then the father or the mother says, my son is successful. Now, where does money come in Africa? It's because of that same insurance policy. Now, because look at, people say that somebody has amassed 10 billion naira, 5 billion naira. I look at it as, these people are just stupid. You don't need 5 billion in a safe society to live and live well. So when you go outside of the shores of Africa, you then find that Scotland, and our friend that we saw there said to us that, look, I don't pay bus passes any longer. I don't this,
because
I
of
don't
age.
That,
Wow.
I don't that. He's a Nigerian.
Wow.
In Scotland.
No.
Now, when you know that your future is secured, the rush for give to my society becomes more. So in Africa, it's not what can I give to my society, it is what will I put in my pocket.
That's why somebody sit down and carry billions.
Yes.
You know?
That will not, Now,
You have
Yes.
versatile
So,
states.
to answer that question again, I would say I would look at my children, my son and my daughters, and I would say to them, whatever you can give to the society, the problem you can solve is my definition of success for you, because with your education, with your background, with your studying, you are sure that you have 3 square meals on your table for life. Then what can I do for the society? Now, but that's not the general trend. It is how much do you have
In your pocket.
What car do you drive? My son just bought a Range Rover.
Are you
What are
sustaining
you-
yourself?
Those are
No.
the things. These are why I said wrong value systems,
system.
wrong measurements. Once you place the right measurement, yes, success is very critical for the well-being of. It's very. When you sit down in your house and you cross your leg and say, "I have successfully done this," that gives you
Satisfaction.
success is vital. Let's not underplay it.
Success
Now,
is
your
okay.
happiness at the beginning might be downplayed for the success of tomorrow. Now that success of tomorrow then brings the
Brings back
happiness
happiness
that you
that
lost at the beginning.
Hey, which one would you want? It's better you smile tomorrow. The tomorrow is much better. Do all the hustles now. Even the Bible said it, that there will be a time, you sit in a particular area and you'll not be able to. It's not that you are crippled or anything. The way you stand up from that chair to go and on the lights at that particular, it's because of your age. You've gotten to that age, and your children will come in and just do it for you because you have trained them to do it. Oh God, please let us bring this value back. We need it. So as we round up, what happens when a child fails to meet up with the expectation that is expected, by the parent from the child? Does that mean the child is a failure, or is still in the process, or is for that child to really meet up with that expectation?
Well, play football.
Yes, so
Now, because when a JJ Okocha stands up, who
Yes,
grew
sir.
up in a Jegule, like he will popularly say, his parents will be proud of him.
Benny,
So the parents will say, "You made a success of your life. Drive your desire well. Your parents will align with your success." Now, parents also give your children some leeway. The only thing you do is be sure that this child knows what he or she is talking about. If he or she knows what he or she is talking about, then give the support you can, because you can only train a child. You can't force a child.
Okay, as we round up now, how do parents and kids drive their dream to their parents respectfully without a rebellious act? Because another important thing.